Hi, I'm Dave Eastman, Senior VP of In-Command Services. In this session, I'll demonstrate how to create sister patch panels and their respective ports in order to connect two data halls in my data center. The first data hall will be my Meet Me room named MMR1, and the next data hall will be my Demo Cage 1. Creating sister patch panels to connect two distinct data halls and their associated ports requires 3 steps. The first step is to add a patch panel into my Meet Me room. The second step, add a sister patch panel into my demo cage. And the third step will be to create and connect the ports for each of the 2 patch panels. Okay, let's get started. First things first, I'll go to In Command and select my site and select my room. I'll start with Meet Me Room 1. Having selected my site and room, the first thing, as I mentioned, is to create the patch panel in the Meet Me room. I'll use, under my IT Ops menu, Device Management, I'll go to Device Manual Add, and I'll add a patch panel into the Meet Me room. I'll select myself. The title is this is going to be Add Copper Patch Panel. That'll be my title. It'll be installed today. What rack am I going to put it in? I'm going to put it, well, I only have one rack to choose from. I'm going to put it in my network rack in AO1. It will be front oriented in that rack. And the device type, I'm going to look for a 24 port copper patch panel. It's a 1U. I'll just use this patch panel 1U device type here. The category of the device, it can either be a common device, a switch, or a patch panel. This is a patch panel that I'm adding. And where in the rack am I going to put it? I'll choose an RU from the rack elevation. And I see I have a fiber patch panel here. I'll leave a space and I'll put it in RU38. Now I'm going to name this patch panel. I'll name it Meet Me Room. I'm going to give it that name, Meet Me Room to Demo Cage 1 24 port copper patch panel. That's a long name for cable labeling, etc. So I'm going to give it a device abbreviation, and the abbreviation will just be MMR1-DC1. That'll be my abbreviated name for this patch panel. Serial number, I'll leave blank. Actually, serial number does not exist on patch panels. I'll do DNE. This patch panel was already installed this morning, so I'll say it's active. I'm just adding it here to In Command, and I'll add the device. Give it a minute. And here it is, MMR1 to Demo Cage 1 patch panel. I'm going to submit my changes and complete the request. The action completed successfully. Let's go take a look in our data center view device list, make sure it's there. And yes, here we have in RU38 MMR1 to demo cage 1 24-port copper patch panel. Okay, first step done. Now we need to add its sister patch panel into demo cage 1. So we now select a separate room, demo cage 1. And I'll go to my IT Ops device management device manual add, and I'm going to do the same thing here in the demo cage. Add copper patch panel in demo cage 1. All right. Well, let's assume that it was added this morning. So I click today's date. I'm going to put this also in rack A01 in the demo cage. And I'm going to have it back oriented in the demo cage. It'll be facing the back of the rack. It'll be an identical patch panel 1U. Device category is also patch panel. And I believe RU38 is available here. I'll put it in RU38. And I'll give it a device name. And it's going to be named Demo Cage 1 to MMR 1 24-port copper patch panel. I'm also going to give this a device abbreviation. So we'll call DC1-MMR1, and that'll be I'll use a 1 instead of an exclamation point, and that'll be the device abbreviation for this patch panel. Serial number also does not exist. And I'm going to make this active, assuming it was installed this morning. And once again, I will add that device. Give it a minute to complete its processing. And here it is also now. In A01, in the back of the rack, it's a copper patch panel. I'll submit my changes and complete this request. Action completed. So now if I go and check my device list, in rack A01 RU38, oriented facing backwards in the rack, is my demo cage to MMR 1 24-port copper patch panel. Okay, first two steps are done. I've created the two patch panels. Now I've got to create ports for these patch panels and connect those ports, one patch panel to the other. To create the ports and connect them is an action that's available under the Add Change Infrastructure menu, Port Management, and the port list. If I open up the port list, I am in my demo cage right now. And so here's all the ports listed at the site now, but I'm creating new ports. So I'm going to click the New button. It defaults a demo cage. The patch panel that I just created is in rack A01, and it's in RU38. There it is. The demo cage 1 to MMR. That's the patch panel that I'm going to use. So I will select it, and then I'll go to create ports for this patch panel. Now, this is a copper patch panel. It's a 24-port copper patch panel. This is the name of the patch panel. Here's my device abbreviation, DC1 to MMR1. There is no module or cassette on this patch panel. I'll leave those blank. My naming convention, there's Fiber strand naming conventions, copper naming conventions. I'm going to use this PXX naming convention, which will start at P01. That's what I want to do. This is my company. The status is going to be available. The connector types are going to be RJ45s on this port or on this patch panel. And I have no special notes. If I wanted just to create the ports on this patch panel without connecting them anywhere else, I could go here to sequential port creation right now and create them. But I want to create and connect them to a back connection. So I'm going to click plus here on the back connection, and I'm going to call out, I want these connected to Meet Me Room 1 in rack A01, and it's going to be the MMR1 to Demo Cage 124 copper patch panel. So I want to connect the port to the to this device. So here now I'm once again, there is no module or cassette on this device. I'm going to use the same PXX naming convention on the back side on this patch panel MMR1. We'll also start with port 01. The connector type will be RJ45. Cable type going to be copper. And there, oh, I'm sorry. I believe well, it is just going to be copper. Yeah, this is back to back. So the connector type is hardwired here. And the connector for this back-to-back connection. All right, once I've filled out the back port, I now am going to go to sequential port creation. And it says, how many ports in sequence do I want to create? I'm going to say 24. So it's now going to create 24 ports, P01 to P24 on the demo cage to MMR patch panel, and it's going to connect them on the backside to its sister patch panel in the Meet Me Room 1, ports 1 to 24. I'll save that. Give it a minute. The ports have been created successfully. So I just created actually 48 ports. Let's go look at MMR1 dash DC1, and so I'm filtering and I can see the 24 ports on MMR1 to DC1. Here they all are. It says they're back port connected to the DC1 to MMR1, and so I have now validated those ports are all created and they're ready to be connected to devices on both sides. And I will, in the next port management session, I will show how to connect ports to end devices. But for now, this concludes our session on how to create sister patch panels to connect separate data halls. Good practice to return to a default page before I close. So there you go. Thank you for listening and have a great day.